In a world full of chaos, uncertainty, and fear, it can be easy to lose sight of hope. But there is good news that remains unchanged, steady, and available to every one of us today, no matter where we find ourselves, and that the good news is Jesus. Whether you're scrolling through your feed, hearing headlines that seem more discouraging than each day, or facing personal battles, I want you to know that Jesus offers something greater: peace, purpose, and a love that transforms our lives from the inside out. And today I want to share with you how his message of hope is more relevant than ever before. Let's be real. We live in a fast-paced, hectic world. There's a constant flood of information, problems to solve, and pressures that weigh heavy on us. But amidst all of this, Jesus offers something radical: peace. But not the kind of peace that comes from avoiding problems, but a deep inner peace that stays with you no matter what life throws your way. In John 14:27, he says, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give you. I do not give you as the world give. Do not let your hearts be troubled and do not be afraid." Imagine facing a stressful situation at work, and instead of being overwhelmed, you find yourself with an unexplainable sense of calm. That's the peace Jesus offers. It's not about the absence of conflict, but the presence of his peace in the midst of it. In the 21st century, where anxiety and all-time high, Jesus gives us something the world cannot: peace that doesn't depend on our circumstances, but on his unchanging love. Have you ever felt lost or wondered what your purpose in life is? It's a question many of us ask, especially in times of uncertainty. But here's the good news. Jesus gives us purpose. He shows us that our lives are a part of a bigger story, a divine purpose that goes beyond the temporary. Jeremiah 29:11 reminds us, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." Think about someone who feels like they're going through the motions, working a 9 to 5, but feeling empty inside. Jesus steps in and says, "I have a unique purpose for you. You are not here by accident." He guides us into a life of meaning, where everything we do, whether big or small, can reflect his love and goodness. In a world where many are searching for meaning, Jesus offers a purpose that is eternal. It's not about chasing success or status, but living a life that impacts others and glorifies God. We all face trials, moments of deep pain, loss, and despair. But the good news is that Jesus is not distant from our suffering. He came to be with us in the mess, to walk with us through the valleys, and lift us up when we feel like we can't go on. In Matthew 11:28, Jesus invites us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Imagine carrying a heavy load of grief or stress. Jesus steps in and says, "You don't have to carry this alone. Let me give you rest." His love offers hope in the darkest of times, reminding us that no matter what we go through, we are never alone. In a culture that often leaves us to deal with our problems on our own, Jesus offers a different way. "Bring your burdens to me, and I will give you strength, hope, and rest." Many of us carry burdens from our past, whether it's guilt, shame, addictions, or fear. But here's the incredible truth. Jesus came to set us free. He doesn't just forgive us. He breaks the chains that hold us back. In John 8:36, Jesus says, "So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed." Think of someone struggling with deep addiction or trapped in a cycle of guilt. Jesus comes in not to judge, but to free them from those chains. He offers forgiveness and a fresh start, no matter how far we've fallen. In a world that often tells us we are defined by our past mistakes, Jesus says, "You are forgiven, you are free." His grace empowers us to live a new life, one where we are no longer prisoners to our past, but walking in the freedom of his love. This message of Jesus isn't just for the past, it's for today. In the midst of chaos, uncertainty, and fear, he offers peace, purpose, hope, and freedom. And this good news is for you. If you've been searching for something more, if you feel weighed down by life's pressures, or if you just need to know that you are not alone, Jesus is waiting with open arms. The good news is that His love for you is unconditional, and His invitation is always open. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Will you accept His invitation today? Thank you for watching. If this message encouraged you, I invite you to share it with someone who might need hope today. And remember, the good news of Jesus is always here, bringing peace in the chaos, hope in despair, and purpose for every step of your journey.